or Phantom?
Who are these guys?
Oh, they're just the soldiers who have come to apprehend the infamous Scrawler.
Oh,
Marlithus! Kurt, are you gonna defend me or just stand there?
when I come and visit you in jail, I'll bring you some of your favorite grape bread.
Ah, that's not what I need, you stupid guy!
May you repent for your wanton graffiti.
Sir Kurt, have you...
The Unaware Atelier Meister episode 6, I don't know if I would describe it as boredom, but this episode was pretty bad. This episode legitimately had one redeeming quality, and that's when Kurt finally was able to finish cleaning up the mess around Marlithus, and he had the dialogue with her, and the princesses, so 𝐒𝐿𝐴 like shadows, come, and they don't abduct, but they come to like take Marlithus away, and Kurt's like, I'll go visit you in jail, have fun, you know, paying for all your crimes that you did. When legitimately Marlithus's crimes was trying to assassinate the princess. But I think Kurt, if he would have known the full scope of the picture, could have saved her in that moment, because she obviously wasn't doing it out of, you know, control. She was doing it because the Pope was controlling her. And through the Pope, you also have the demon, you know, demon lord, not full demon lord, but like, you know, a demon lord rank who was also controlling her. So she wasn't really able to do much about her situation. But regardless, he's like, okay, I'll visit you in jail. I'll come get you some bread. And she's like, no, don't let them take me away, Kurt. And he's like, bye. She's like, ah. So that was a legitimate funny moment. Like, legitimately, I did laugh in that moment. But that moment, that one moment in the episode wasn't enough to elevate the episode to like enjoyability and to something that was really watchable. Because the rest of the episode, you have really bad animation and a really bad fight scene with 𝐒𝐿𝐴 and the other people, the guard and the governor and all the people that she was fighting with. You have a really bad cutscene with them just consistently throwing rocks with little flashbangs. And then you have them finally come across and fight the Demon Lord. And the animation looks like god-awful terrible. I know people always want to shit on the beginning after the end, but this one looked legitimately like bad. Like, I'd rather it just be a slideshow versus the bad animation that we got. But it looked bad. It wasn't exciting. It wasn't fun, you know? And the demon just kept going, ka 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 ka, ka 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 ka, ka 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 ka. Like, you know, like the worst. Like, I think the director was just like, hey, make the demon sound so awful, like so unbelievable. And he's like, the voice actor is like, gotcha, ka 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 ka. So, like, the fight is just really, really bad. And then 𝐒𝐿𝐴 has a moment with her sword, you know, mini sword that Kurt created for her. And he was telling her, like, hey, you know, if you lift it above your head, you know, if you lift it above your head, you know, something bad will happen or whatever. You know, it's like only for protection. So she does that because out of curiosity. But then it never shows us, like the viewers, never shows us what ends up happening, you know, because her shadows come to her. But it never shows us what actually happened until way later when Kurt and her just, you know, they go underground apparently and they just stumble upon Marlithus, and then the princess goes and she finds the Demon Lord, and apparently she's able to like duplicate herself, I guess, like create like a clone, like ninjutsu clone of herself through the sword, and you know, she ends the Demon Lord or whatever. But like, I just felt so unsatisfied of it because like, okay, well, you know, show us a funny or cool scene when she discovered the power that it had, but we didn't get that either. And then at the end of the episode, we just got, you know, Kurt serving everybody once again, and you know, everybody, you know, has they eat his food and they get healed and whatever else. I just think that I'm done with Kurt being in the dark and everybody around him, right? So he's like, oh, you were the graffiti bandit. And, you know, 𝐒𝐿𝐴's like, oh, this bitch. You know, she's like, oh, this is the one that tried to assassinate me, whatever, right? Like, I'm just tired of them keeping him in the dark. Like, I get it. Like, he's dumb. He has an IQ of 2. I understand the way that he's written on purpose that way. But I don't know if I like the way that that's written. And like, sometimes you could be reading a book or a manga or a light novel, like, man, this is shit. Like, this is just a bad story. And I think that's what we have here. Like, it's just a bad story. Like, if the author or whatever is like, I'm just going to keep him in the dark, he's supposed to be a bumbling idiot the whole time. I just don't know. Like, it's just like, it's gotten old pretty quick. Like, I don't know if I want to drop the show necessarily, but it is pretty bad. And I'm just like, man, like, I think I'm just over it, you know? The one benefit or the one highlight for me is we're halfway through, so we only have 6 episodes left, so it's not like too much of a lift. It's dubbed, you know, if you want to watch dub instead of sub. So if, you know, again, it makes it easier to watch, you know, I don't have to worry about like, you know, being too invested, you know, so those are the benefits. But this was a bad episode. I think it was like a 5 out of 10 for sure. This was just a passable anime episode to me. So those are my feelings, guys, for Unaware Atelier Meister. Maybe you felt really different. Maybe you liked a lot of what the show had. Maybe it doesn't bother you, his dumbness or the fact that they're keeping him in the dark. Maybe you just like the cute girls with Yulisha and with Lisa Lotte. You know, personally, I like the double D lady, you know, Ophelia. I think she's the best one. But maybe there's some redeeming qualities. Let me know in the comments on why you're keeping watching every week. Because at this point, I'm watching, for me personally, I'm watching because I committed and I'm watching it for my YouTube channel, you know? But honestly, I'll be 100% real. If I wasn't or committed because I want to make videos, you know, each week from it, I wouldn't be watching it. I'll just be real. So let me know on what's keeping you. That way it can maybe reinvigorate me when it comes to next week, watching it a bit more. All right, my friends, I'll see you guys then. Peace out.